Time to start? There are a lot of people, yes, here. If it is possible, please cooperate together so that you could walk in pairs. Just exchange the opinions. Okay, so. So, my name is Elena Denisova, and today I'm going to speak about why don't games work at the lesson according emotional intelligence. Why emotional intelligence? So, why I like this topic and why I chose to speak about it. First of all, it allows me to provide long lessons. So at first it was a problem for me to teach adults from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. And they were tired, they had level elementary, and it was difficult, can you imagine, yes? Working week, 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and they had to have 2 pairs of lessons, and it was really difficult. And the speed was quite fast. We had to do 1 unit in 1 day. So in 2 hours they were just switched off and that was all. Yes, so we couldn't do anything with them. The next, emotional intelligence helped me to work with difficult students. For example, a man came to my group. He was previously in 3 others group. And the group was ruined, stopped working and so on, and I had to work with this man. And finally he stayed in our group. It was great. Then after some years he stopped visiting the lessons because of financial problems, but then he returned and said, "Sorry, can I join you?" I said, "Of course, yes," and so it helped me. And one more why I like emotional intelligence. It is difficult to see the name, yes, of the slide, but it is top 10 skills in 2020. And you can see emotional intelligence is on the 6th place. You see? Yes, it is the survey according to World Economic Forum. And if we're speaking about abroad, our colleagues are thinking how to teach teachers so that they could teach their students. And emotional intelligence is not only modern word and tendency in the world, but it is the way to solve difficult problems. So today we're speaking about games. I like games very much. No, not this one. And do you have a favorite game? So there are a lot of games, but maybe you have your favorite one that you always use, that you can bring, that you can share. Please, with your partner, tell just shortly what is the game. Just 1 minute for you. Is it difficult to remember a favorite game? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now I have a question to you. How are you? How do you feel after discussing a topic with your colleague? Yes, something that interests you. So, can you answer this question? Is your mood positive or negative? Positive. Mm-hmm, great. And how much energy do you have from 0 to 10? Can you estimate? 1, 5, 8, 5. Okay, any other variants? Oh, great. If we look at this, yes, this square, if you have a positive mood, you go here, and if energy is low, where is the red dot? But if you have high level of energy, you are upstairs. And this helps us to understand where are our students and what can we do with our students. You see, we feel emotions every moment. Every day, every second, there is no variant that you can't feel emotions. You may not understand them, but every day we feel them. as a question, do we control emotions or emotions control us? What do you think?
It depends on your ability to control your emotions.
Oh, yes, depends on your ability, great. And so, in average, how much percent can a person control of emotions?
Depends on the person.
On a person, in average. 60 other variants. 45, okay. 20, 90, we can control 90, yes? Mm-hmm.
On average.
Okay, so the answer is in the next slide that was provided by Sergei Shabanov and his group Equator. He's one of the authors for books of emotional intelligence in Russia. Oh, it's not... Okay, I will explain. So, you can see emotions, yes, from 0 to 100. For example, sadness, yes? When emotions is the first 30%, we don't have even a name for it in a language. Not only in Russian language, in any language. There is no names for little level of emotions, for low level of emotions. If it is in the last part, yes, nearly 100, it is the level is very high, it is very intense. And so the problem is that we can't control ourselves. That's it. And if we speak about the middle, so it's nearly 40%, we don't have skills how to control this part of emotions. We are learned how to hide emotions from our childhood. Don't cry, it's not for boys. Why are you laughing? You can look stupid and so on. And the only emotion that is possible to show during your working day in the office, can you guess what emotion is the most positive, I can say, at work? What can you show at work that is appropriate to show at work? Once again? Engagement, what else? No, it's not engagement. Positive, no. In the office, we're speaking in the office, what can you show in the office and that it is okay? Motivation? No, not motivation. Sorry, no. No interest. Once again?
When you are tired, to show that you are tired.
No, if you show that you are tired, then nobody likes it. What?
Pleasure.
Pleasure? No, pleasure if you are pleasant, if you are smiling in the office. No. It is anger. Yes?
Anger.
Yes, you said it. Great. Certainly, it is.
I said enough.
Okay, you're lucky, just lucky. So only anger we can show in the office. No interest, no motivation, no pleasure, no tiredness. Only anger. So what is emotional intelligence about? It is the capability of individuals to recognize, use, and manage our emotions. To understand what you're feeling, yes, how we can use it, and certainly how we can measure it. So, coming back to our games. Yes, how can it help us? So let's revise some ideas that have already been mentioned. Yes, why doesn't the game work? First, too complicated. Yes, when we have a lot of rules, when it takes a lot of time, when we don't understand how to play it, it's just lower our motivation. The next, difficult to understand. Sometimes it's just the problem of a teacher, yes, how to explain. Yes, just train how to explain, just train the game before you bring it to the classroom. For example, the game Battleships that you all know, yes, the typical variant, but the field is smaller, yes, and the person needs to create a sentence and then he can have a ship. And so the problem here is that in our ordinary game, we can't, the ships can't touch each other. And here they can touch. And I need to explain it to the students. And I need to check every student for the first time. Doesn't matter, a child, a teenager, or an adult, because they just can't understand. Maybe they can touch like this, maybe like this, or I need to check it. Be careful with this one. Then too easy, childish games. Yes, as it was said today, it is very important for teenagers to have a challenge. Yes, for example, there was a story. Two groups were united of teenagers, and the first exercise was just to warm up. And the age of teenagers was nearly 13 till 15 maybe. And the first exercise was like, if you are wearing something blue, just stand up and change places. If you have seen this film, stand up and change places. And they didn't want to take part. It was too easy for them. It was too childish. The same story with balls. Yes, just throw the ball and say something about Christmas. No, not for teenagers. Yes, here we have a lot of variants how to find challenge for teenagers. Just pay attention to it. The next one, safe environment. Yes, exercises for team building is our everything. And the same story. If we are having teenagers and if they are united, yes, it is very big stress for them. Yes, don't take it into consideration. If a person is stressed, he doesn't want to take part in other activities. And it is our responsibility to create atmosphere of psychological comfort in the group. And if there is a new student in the group, you need to check it again, because it is nervous for him, it is nervous for the group, it can be nervous for you, you see? And one more problem that we can face when we are bringing a game to the classroom is, do you have students like this one? Yes, when they speak very quietly, very slow, they don't want to take part, or just they want just to hide somewhere, just don't touch me. Yes, and it's actually a topic, a big topic. Maybe we will discuss it a little bit during our workshop, yes, but here you need to check the environment, you need to find the interest just to involve him. Because I had a person this year, a girl, she just didn't speak. And that's all. It was difficult for her to understand me, to tell me something, and even to write something. But finally, we found her interest, and by the end of the year, she could speak during 30 seconds without stops. Okay, so now they're afraid to make mistakes, to be laughed at, and to be a loser. And one more, the last one, why the game can't work. So, about emotional conditions, what we were speaking about. Yes, if the game is great, it has a challenge, it is appropriate for your age, you know the rules, everything. But if they are in this condition, it is not possible to involve them. Like this, you see, in C square, low energy, negative mood, it is very difficult, for example, to provide a role play. What can we do? This is the problem. What should we do with it? The easiest variant is ask them to write something, a small test, a dictation, something very small, and ask, check your partner. They are so happy to find mistakes in his paper. And it always helps, really. There are a lot of other variants. Games is one of the variants to move them, but you need to choose appropriate one, and in the workshop we will discuss how to move it more in detail. So play the game, try it and observe, analyze, what can you do with it? Is it easy, difficult? If there is challenge for your group especially, how much time did it take? Then the effectiveness. For you, for the grammar, for the language, if you spend 40 minutes and the effectiveness is low, then you don't need this game. And how do students feel? If they're happy, if they have energy, yes, they will come back, they want to move and so on. So in conclusion, just to revise, check level of difficulty, clear rules, atmosphere in the class, emotional conditions, yes, how to make them do what you want. Try the game and analyze. So about positive feedback, you've heard today, I think, a lot, yes, that it is very important. And check the result, and don't forget to show the result to them. Because I had a situation, I asked my adults in the end of the year, what did you improve during this year? And only one person from 5 could answer the question. 2 of them started to speak. I'm sorry, I didn't do my homework. It's not the question. What have you improved? And the next 2 said, oh, I will do everything next year. Now, what have you improved? Now, it's a problem to see our progress. Show it, don't forget about it. And so I wish you to create your own library of games, because games are a lot of, but you can find what you like, what is suitable for your students, yes, and to use them properly, yes, when they are they're energetic or with low energy, the game should be different. So that is all for today. Thank you for your attention. If you have questions, I'm ready to answer.